also just gonna, because usually you set it up, Johnny. So where's this gonna save to?
I can still send it to you.
But it's gonna go to you?
I can, yeah.
Oh, all right.
We're not doing this twice, so
I know. That's why I'm asking.
No,
I'm asking now.
we're definitely all set up. You sure?
Yeah.
I hope so.
I'll click. Or
I already
we
went
are
live.
live. All right, yeah, we're good.
Because it gave me two options. It said record or live stream.
I just have to download the live stream.
All right, so you know how to do this. I'll leave it to you then. I will leave it to you.
Why don't you cue the fucking Rocks music? Ding. Ding, ding. All I want to say is,
I am the final boss, Mama Rhodes.
Blood on Danny Tancredi's hands. That's
right.
what it is. Mama Rose blood on Danny's hands. Well, if you're just jumping in or just tuning in,
Well, let's give it another minute before.
give it another minute. Let
Looks
let
like we
him
got one
marinate.
viewer right now.
What's up?
We got one viewer right now. I know people want to know this story.
Why don't you go as a proper intro?
Yeah, why don't you do the intro and then we'll get into it.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Card Foundation podcast. My name is Danny Drip Drip, a.k.a. the final boss of wrestling cards. And I'm here today with my co-host. We got Johnny Tancredi, we got Papa Bear, and this is episode 211. Make sure you guys are following along at Card Foundation Pod on Instagram, at Card Foundation Pod on Twitter. There was our social medias are buzzing today. The messages have not stopped. The comments have not stopped. The likes have not stopped. And we're also a weekly episodic podcast. So subscribe, Apple, Spotify, wherever you choose to download your favorite podcast. If you enjoy the show, leave a 5-star review. Johnny, you look preoccupied over there, but you think we got any reviews coming this week? And one day I will find a way to figure out how to read Spotify reviews. I just don't know how to do it yet.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
Nothing new.
I have a feeling after this week there might be a couple that trickle in.
There's something new. Something new.
I'm also curious. I got to post the link to our Facebook group. I'm just realizing. Because this is a live episode that people have asked for. I don't see anyone coming in right now.
Yeah, you could just, we're live on
Because
YouTube.
you posted to us privately.
Did I?
Yeah, well, I guess you sent it to me on Instagram, on Facebook.
I wonder if I could share it directly from the YouTube page. I don't even know if it says we're live on YouTube right now. Let's go see. Oh, here it is. Wow, I'm in the multiverse right now.
You're in the meta.
So let's share. Let's go back to the Facebook group. Make sure our Facebook friends are here.
Oh, we're making them beg for it this week. We have an unstructured format this week. I was going away. To be honest, we usually record on Mondays. I was going away, but we had a pivot hard
pivot.
Record on Sunday because Danny Drip decided to do a little car rip and change the whole WWE Topps Chrome game. And that's all we're going to talk about this episode. Our options, what we're thinking, what he's thinking.
Wow.
How I'm thinking.
You're putting the heat on me. This
is all fine. Give me the card and I'll take all the heat.
No, I mean, I don't mind.
Can you handle the pressure?
Yeah. So I mean, it's I guess you guys want me to get into the backstory of how
I want you to walk us through it. Guys, if you haven't heard or checked our social media, he's gonna walk. Topps Chrome. Danny Drip is gonna walk us through the card he pulled and what he did and how he did it. Danny, the floor is yours.
There she is. Yeah, I'm flexing a little bit today. Both the pipes and the cards here. So basically, to start my day, woke up laying around a miserable rainy Sunday here in good old New York. So had to go get meals for the week, get my meal prep. So I go to Redefine Meals. They got a bunch of locations on the island. Great store, great food, relatively cheap. Got like 7 or 8 meals for like $75. It's fantastic. So after that, I'm kind of getting itchy to rip today because over the weekend, Johnny and I were at Mohegan Sun with our youngest brother, and I walked away with $1,000 in profit from gambling.
Craps?
No, actually, I lost on craps, and I figured I'm the kiss of death on craps. So straight blackjack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I was on fire at blackjack all weekend. So I was like, you know what? Got $1,000. I'll put some in the account and then I'll treat myself to a hobby box. So I go to the LCS. And the LCS was A&S Sports, Long Island. And from there, I walked in, knew what I wanted right away. Funny story, though, was that they asked me what box I wanted. And you both know me. I don't pick. I don't like to let my fate, determine what I'm picking here.
My own fate.
Yeah, I don't trust myself. So I let someone else do it for me. So they're like, oh, yeah, like, I always go second box. That's my lucky thing. I was like, all right, cool.
Derek Jeter, number 2.
Well, if you want to put it that way, sure. So I ultimately got the box, and the degenerate I am, I can't wait till I'm home to rip.
Wait, what box was it? Box number 2? Did you pick or did they pick?
No, they picked for me.
Okay, so what they pick?
Just the second. So there was a stack of about 6 to 8 boxes on the shelf. They started at the top and gave me the second box. Okay. So that's the box I ultimately. It was a hobby box. So for
how much it run you?
$350.
Fuck, they bumped that shit up to $350.
$350 for the hobby box. Yep. So I get back into my car. I pull off into my normal little area where there's no one around me. I like to break in my car in peace. And opening up, first I opened a blaster. I also got a blaster. And
a little appetizer.
A little appetizer, because I wanted to dip my toes out. By the way, if I check my phone a lot in this, I've been getting messages like crazy, and the card is for sale. So I may have to tend to that as well. But
you're so fucking cool.
I know, the coolest. So I opened up the blaster first. Not too bad. I got a nice a sepia of Alexa Bliss. I got a sepia of AJ Styles. Other than that, no numbered cards, no nothing. So I was like, all right, whatever. So now I get to the hobby. I always start with so it has the 4 quadrants of packs. I start with the 2 left. I stack them and I start breaking. So the first auto I get is an NXT Danny Palmer auto to 99. I was like, all right, whatever. Not bad. A little investment piece I'll put away. All my numbered cards are coming out like shit. Out of 199, bad names, 150, bad names. I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. So I go, I need a little pick-me-up on the second half here. Stack the next 2 sides, get to the right side, start ripping. So the way I rip, I like to do a fan of the cards and peek to see what the color is. So like I know if I'm about to get excited if I hit a 1 of 1 or red or something. So all of a sudden I see light blue and black. And I'm going, what the fuck is this? This is not, what is this, an insert? In my head, what I thought it was at first was like a headshot or something. Because I saw it quick and I'm like, I don't know what this is. So I do the first 3 cards. All of a sudden I bring the fan down a little sooner and all of a sudden I see final and I just went, oh my God. I hit a rock auto and then I bring it down more and that's when I start to see the gold vinyl. And I did the full reveal and I was like, I couldn't even breathe. I was just in shock.
That gold vinyl is hard to see in that card because it's so dark.
So
it's very hard to see.
Just the way you can see it. You see how like the blue and black is in the top left corner?
Yeah, that's all. I didn't think it was gold vinyl.
Yeah. So you have to really like look to see. And on the whole right side of the card, so over here, there's no vinyl. It's literally just in the Brahma Bull, in the final boss, and then this little area on the left. So I'm like, holy shit, it's a 1 of 1 rock auto. And I pulled the rest. I saw the final boss. I freaked out. So the first thing I did was I FaceTimed Johnny. But what I did was I FaceTimed Johnny the same way I FaceTimed you. I just had the card in the frame.
Yeah.
So Johnny's fucking jaw drops when he realizes what is going on. And then I'll let you take it away of how you felt in your reaction.
So I'm at my nephew's first birthday. And my phone just happened to be in my hand. And I'm like, oh, this fucking dipshit fucking FaceTimed us by accident. Because we've never that group's never FaceTime.
So I FaceTimed a group of me, Bear, Johnny, Kinnick, and Brian.
Yeah. So we all talk about cards, and when they have card questions, they go to that group. So I'm like, what the fuck does he want? And then I click it and I go, I see Kinnick's smiling face. So I'm like, what the fuck? People answer this shit?
Kinnick was the first to answer.
Yeah. So I see Kinnick. I just had an amazing dinner with Kinnick the night before, by the way.
Oh, where'd you guys go?
Me, Brian, and Frankie Kazarian at a cigar steak lounge in Long Island at Eisenhower Park. Yeah. I'll pick up that name I dropped.
Yeah, if you want to send it to me, if you enjoyed it, I'd love to know.
Yeah, but private, brother. Brian got us in private.
Oh, exclusive.
Got to meet Frank Kazarian for the first time. Really cool guy.
Cool guy.
Kinnick telling wild stories, by the way. So I see Kinnick's face, and the way it looks like, all I see is Kinnick's face and that card. So it looks like Kinnick's holding that fucking card in the thing. I'm like, but then I read your name, Danny. I say, and then I see the fucking car. I'm like, oh, this dipshit's in his car. And he just pulled. I saw right away the 101 Rock final boss. I go, holy shit. Holy shit.
Johnny, what was your reaction?
Well, the first thing I did was I was like, what are you doing in your car? Go back in the store and get a fucking top loader or something.
You did say protect it. Yeah.
I said I would have went back in the store and just said, give me a one touch.
Yeah.
I got to get this home and I'm not going to put it in my cup holder.
Yeah.
Right about that.
Yeah, no, I couldn't believe it. I mean, that's a card that, we talked about it. I think it was like a week or two ago. Like, oh, is the biggest card in, going to sell this year, or are we going to see like the one of one, Rock or whatever? And like, you never think that we're going to be the ones to pull, or you, or who, someone in our group or whatever. It's just like it's like the Paul Skeens one of one that was hit a couple weeks ago. It's like there's this mystical card that we know is just going to come one day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was cool to see that, and then all of a sudden we started, on social media, we start seeing Topps made a post about it. I think Slab Stocks made a post about it.
Yeah, Slab Stocks. Could you not cut out that fucking Card Foundation pod, Matt, anymore? Fucking zoomed in hard as fuck on that. Give us a little one.
That was a perfect cut, though.
Oh, perfect. I would have done the same thing. Final balls.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah, you took a little while to post it, so I posted it in the group. The horseshoe is in somebody else's ass right now, and it's not Dave's anymore. And big post coming, and I don't think it could have been bigger.
I knew my day would be fucked once I post it, because I'm literally just going to be on my phone all day getting messages and comments, and I want to answer people. I don't want to be an asshole and just like people want to talk about it. I'm gonna talk to them. So
I showed my wife right away. I was like, "Oh, Danny from the podcast just pulled a huge card." She goes, "Well, what's huge?" I go, Nisa, I was like, it could be anywhere between 20,000, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000, 150. It could be anywhere between 50 to 150,000. She's like, no way. I go, I'm telling you right now. Like she was like, for the Rock order. I go, he don't sign. And I just went, then I was like bragging to everybody. Like, and then I went to Creator Pro. I saw Jeff and Mike. Yeah. And I wanted to talk to them about, but they're front row cheering on everything. So I couldn't talk to them about it. I don't want to bother them. Yeah. I was showing everybody at Creator Pro what you pulled. Like I pulled it. Yeah. Look what I got here. Look what I got. So let's talk. Let's dive into this card here now.
Yeah.
Is it insert? Final boss insert. Yep. Only autographed insert. There's no base of this.
No, so from what I understand, I think the numbering of the card starts at 10. So it's out of 10, out of 5, 1 of 1. So there's only 16 copies of this design in the world. That's it. Of which, how many more are inscribed, I don't know. And the reason why I don't know is because there was a post on Topps' account when they first announced this card, and the bottom says Rock Final Boss. So it says Rock Final Boss underneath it. But it's not numbered in their photo. So did they end up using that card? Was it out of 10? Is it out of 5? I don't know where that card is, but as far as we know, so far that is the only inscribed that has surfaced, I think.
That's one, because the others that out of 10 have surfaced.
Yes,
we've seen sales on those.
And now, out of 5.
Now, would you consider this the biggest card in the set? And in Topps Chrome, did you just ruin top? Or is the 101 vinyl the biggest one?
There's no question. It's Topps 2. I have a feeling the OG vinyl 1 of 1 is probably higher.
That's what I said. I said this is probably the second highest.
I would think, but now this inscription looks fucking Final Boss looks immaculate. No streaks, fucking pristine.
I know I'm going to be showing it to the camera throughout the stream so people could see it that just come in and out, but this thing it's a perfect signature.
Yeah, I've seen now his other ones firsthand. Mike Kinnick from Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, Major Bendy's Major Line pulled from Filth Bomb the 25 out of 25 Rock right here that I'm gonna send to get graded right here.
Oh, yeah, we just pulling rocks all over the place.
We got rocks all over the place.
Final boss.
Johnny, you got one, you fucking bitch? Not mine though. But obviously you can
Conforto.
see.
Oh yeah, Michael Conforto. Yeah, sure.
You could see this is at he probably started getting a little bit lazier with his autograph.
Yeah,
Your autograph is nice as shit with
It
the
is.
final boss reading real nice. No streaks in it whatsoever. So
No.
this had to be one of the first cards he signed
had to
until
be.
he got
Yeah.
to getting bored with this thing.
Had to be.
Now, would you want like the final boss is really cool, but again, the 101, like we talked about, the natural 101, you
Yeah.
think that's inscribed?
We know it's not inscribed because they leaked the mock-up of it.
Oh, he did. Okay, so it's not.
Well, not the mock-up. They scanned the 101 and they promoted it on their social media.
Gotcha.
So we know what that looks like.
because
and
the
there is no
inscription does
inscription,
make
though.
that cooler. I'm telling you right now, the inscription makes that.
Oh, 100%. And it adds value, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it does.
Final boss. That character was fucking awesome.
Yeah, the best.
Um,
It's the Rock.
Was it the last time we'll see the final boss? We talk about him all the time. He's going to come back as the final boss. You don't know, but the image is sick.
This might be the only time we get to say this because we don't know who's going to end up listening to this episode this week with all the publicity that we're getting with all the reposts. So if The Rock is listening this week and he does see the post, open invitation to come on the show, brother. Let's talk about the card.
Yeah, right. Or just buy the card off Danny.
He could do that too if he wants.
Or buy
Whichever
it
one you
back.
want to do. Or just repost us. Anything you want to do. Any little thing you want to do.
Anything will help.
Final boss.
Well, I actually thought it was funny because obviously when you pull a card like this, you're tagging everyone and their mother. So Topps got the tag, Fanatics got the tag, The Rock, all of them. I want to give a shout out to some of our supporters because first Topps reposted us. They retweeted our tweet, so that obviously is going to get viewers, is going to get eyes, but then they did their own post and said just pulled and did not tag us. So some of our supporters actually took offense to that and they were like, yo, why are you not tagging them? They pulled it because, and here's the problem that Topps kind of hurts themselves on. People get pissed when they think, oh, another breaker hit this or another asshole hit this.
And let me jump in right here.
Go ahead.
Got a good laugh because I click on the people's comments.
Oh yeah,
not knowing anything. I just click on the comments to see what people are
too.
saying. And multiple people are like, "Oh, another breaker got this.
Yep.
Another breaker." And sure enough, right under, I see, "No, I pulled this." No, Danny's responding to every one of these people that said a fucking breaker pulled this, saying, "No, I pulled this."
That's right.
Let them know the breaker. A breaker did not pull this. This is pulled from a fucking psychopath in his car in the parking lot outside a hobby shop in Long Island. Yep. This had nothing to do with a breaker, breakers or anything like that. So even though I break or we used to break, that still has nothing to do with whatever. This is pulled by a fan in the parking lot.
Yep.
And didn't know what to do with himself, holding on to the card. So I did laugh when I seeing you respond to everyone. Like you respond to all the haters. I see like celebrities respond to haters.
You know what it was like, and it's not. I don't take offense to that, as in like people think that's what I am. First of all, obviously they have no idea who pulled it because Topps didn't tell people who pulled it. So that's part of the problem of people getting pissy. Obviously, if it was a breaker video, they would have reposted the breaker video, and it would have been, Filth Bomb breaks hits The Rock 1-of-1, and it would have been a big thing. But again. Oh, and then one of the other comments was, oh, how could you tell me you're not a breaker? You have a card mat. And I'm like, it's my podcast card mat, brother. And that was it. So then I added them. I was like, oh, follow us at Card Foundation Pod on Instagram. So, but like, yeah, no, it pisses me off when people just make these assumptions like, oh, another breaker hit this. First of all, breakers aren't going to hit big cards because of how much they rip.
Yeah, that's just numbers wise.
Filth Bomb Breaks is going to break 50 cases of Chrome Hobby. Then you got Card Shop Live. They're going to break 50 to 100 cases of Hobby. No shit, they're going to hit big cards. So, like, people don't understand that, like, yeah, of course there's big cards out there that the breakers are going to hit. You can't complain about that when they're buying up a lot of the product out there. That's just, it's the nature of the beast. At the same time, this just goes to show that, yes, you can randomly hit a monster card from a regular hobby shop and get lucky. And that's what this all is.
That is
pure luck.
That is
also, I want to give a shout out to Graham Reed, friend of the show, and our graphics.
Oh, he made that reel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I go, fuck, Danny got really good at this shit. I don't know how you figured that out.
Yeah.
I was showing it to my wife. I was like, look, he just made this cool ass reel. I was like, he picked the perfect picture. Oh, that makes way more sense. Grant, thank you.
Yeah, so shout out to Graham. I mean, on a
So-
Sunday afternoon, we hit him up, and he was like, "Oh, I'll have this done in a minute." Had a graphic done, had a reel done.
Hold on, real quick. I'm getting a call from Golden right now. Should I answer this
Put on
live?
speaker.
I'm gonna answer it live.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello. Hey, what's going on, Ken?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell him to bring me my money.
Oh, yeah, put it live.
Yeah.
Let's say put it on speaker, asshole.
I'm just fucking around.
You
Oh,
should,
man. So-
What I have in my hand here today is The Rock Final Boss 1 of 1. Just came in from a guy with no sleeves on his arms, ridiculous tattoos, but this card is going to sell for a lot of money.
There she is.
Oh, yeah. Yin and yang. Good.
Listen, I deserve this. All right, I deserve it. I feel like
I don't
do.
know if you deserve this. Like, what the fuck does anybody deserve? Guys been bitching he can't pull
I
shit for fucking months. Pulls a Skeens goal.
I-
Get out of here.
I
Yeah, you're
officially
done,
and
pal. You are done.
Yeah.
I can never complain again.
No. You should have stopped
Never.
after the Skeens one.
Oh, I'll never stop. I have yet to open up a Chrome hobby box where I didn't pull something like monstrous. This is my 5th box now.
Yeah, I know. I've
I
seen
have
all the shit
pulled-
you pulled.
I have pulled at least a $300 to $400 card in every single box I've opened.
Tell them about what you did yesterday.
What I do yesterday.
The Breaker's Delight.
But yeah,
Got-
box
got a
was fucking
little,
disgusting too.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no, was it Friday? Because when we leave for Mohegan.
We got home yesterday, and you went straight to the fucking LCS like a degenerate.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I went to I did, yeah, I forgot about that. So I also went and got a Breaker's Delight at a different LCS, and I hit 3 really nice cards, which are in the shelf behind me here. Probably can't see that, but we got a gold. First, I'm on a rock kick right now because I hit the gold geometric out of 50. I hit a Liv Morgan purple geometric to 10, and then I hit the WrestleMania 17 case hit SSP of the Rock. Would you guys like to see those cards?
I saw him in that picture. You should show the picture you sent me. So I should put that in.
Yeah, I can pull up on my phone here.
Yeah, so Danny is in fuego.
Well, I can't miss right now.
Can't miss. Playing with house money. House money, this is.
Essentially, yeah.
So, realistically, are you hoping Ken Golden reaches out to you and says, "Hey, we'll put it on Golden Auctions and waive the fees, and you get to be on an episode of Golden Auctions where you bring it to me and you both wearing white gloves"? Is that the ultimate goal here?
That would be really sweet, to be honest. So I'm gonna be full disclosure right now. I don't know if I'm gonna sell this card privately or through auction house. I see positives and negatives of both. Here are my positives. That if I do sell the card through an auction house, there's a lot of publicity for our branding with this. So now all of a sudden I get on, Golden Auctions. They throw me on a TV show. I get to talk about the podcast. I get to talk about.
Pause for a second right there.
Go ahead.
They could just put it on there and not speak to you or anything like that and just say this card's for sale. I got no branding notes. They're
could
not
also do that, yeah.
automatically put you on a fucking TV show.
No, they might not. We don't know.
No, they're most likely not.
Part of my negotiating skills is trying to get on that show. I'm an influencer in the hobby, brother. I'm Mr. Tops.
Yeah, we have
over here.
1,500 followers on Instagram, so
Oh,
we're a pretty big deal.
Don't tell the people out there that are listening to this for the first time. I'm Mr. Tops, and I was given that name last week.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Now you cemented that motherfucker.
Yeah, now I cemented that I am a hobby influencer and that my box was loaded on purpose. That's what they're gonna do.
Oh yeah.
So the positive is it's the branding. It's you hope that Tops and Fanatics and The Rock and Golden Auctions or Fanatics Auctions, they repost the shit of the card, they give us credit, and we get to help build our brand along of making.
Oh, so this is a company card.
No, it's an extra perk. On the flip side, I sell it privately. Cash money, baby.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. So there are positives, there are negatives. You got to figure, big card like that, 30% of that card, adios. There's always that possibility. I was told I should just keep the card and put it in a Logan Paul chain and just parade it around at every function I go to. So that also is on the table.
The funny thing too, actually, I forgot to mention this.
Yeah.
When he FaceTimed me, he's like, I don't know what to do. He's like, should I keep this? And I'm like, what?
I
He's
I
like-
considered it for a second.
He's like, I love The Rock. And I'm like, you could love The Rock all you want. Go get a fucking Comic Images auto for $1,000
Yeah,
and put that in the PC.
I could.
that's what.
This is a once in a lifetime type hit.
Well, you're a
Yeah.
fucking. I would say you could, save this down payment. Let's get a house together, get your life in order. But you're probably a dipshit, and you'll probably buy like a fucking used fucking car and spend most of it back buying cards again. But
Here's a big problem, and I have an addictive personality. So if I get this cash in hand, I do have Vegas coming up in 60 days.
that's fucking stupid.
It's a big problem.
Don't let the person pay you until you get back from Vegas.
It's a big problem in my life that I'm gonna have to have.
You should invest half of that shit in some stocks that are going to go up, some Apple stocks that aren't
No,
going to
this
miss.
is this is going to a crib. This is, I mean, it's going to be life-changing transaction when it sells.
There
So,
you go. It shouldn't go to that strip club you go to.
and in the
And
meantime,
one of
when I
those
do get
girls-
the money, because I am irresponsible, I'm letting my pops hold it because I know he's not going to let me fucking take it and run it to the ground. I will, however, buy another Rock Auto with it. That's whether it's Chrome or Comic Images. I do want to have a Rock Auto now.
It reminds me a little bit of like Mike over at Filth Bomb.
Yeah.
That Mike. He pulled the 101 Jackson's Holiday Bowman first. Remember that?
Yep.
So he
Does
had
he
that.
still have that, or he sold it?
he sold it.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he sold it. Yeah, he sold it. And engagement ring, house, stuff like that.
That's
That's
damn, like it's. How could I not like? I of course I would love to have this card in my collection, but
if you had the money to keep it in your collection.
right,
If, like,
right.
If
There's-
this card
I-
didn't matter, or you didn't have, if you owned a house, owned cars, had this, have all these.
There's
stuff.
so many different things I could do with this if I really want. Like, again, I could get it home. I could start a card shop if I wanted to. I could build a business with this. Like, I could do so much different shit.
Yeah.
But this was a pure fluke that this happened. I'm still in complete shock.
That auto looks crisp too. That auto grade is a 10. But I'd be too scared to even send it to PSA or anything like that because how do you even insure it? What are you insuring that for? $100,000?
Right, that I know.
Like I wouldn't even risk sending it there. It's not even worth it because it's a 101 and 101 it's like a $1,000 card to send, but that one gets lost in the mail. And then now you're fighting with, well, how much is it worth? Because there's an ungraded card and you don't know how much it sells for. There's nothing compared to. They could really, well, here's a $4,000 or whatever like that, even if you insure it though. So it's not even worth doing that.
No, and that was a question I got today a couple times. People
Listen,
asking what if I'm going to grade it or whatever, and I'm like, look, I'm forfeiting profits because PSA is going to upcharge me. I don't even know how much. They could deem the value of that card whatever they want.
10 they're gonna probably bump it up to $2,000.
Oh, they're going to charge me like $2,000 to do that, and it's like
Who knows?
it doesn't matter if this card is graded or not. There's only one in the world. I'll let the buyer do whatever the hell they want with it. That's their thing. Whether they keep it raw or they grade it. I also, again, like you said, I don't trust sending that card out anywhere. God forbid something happens, it gets lost in the mail. A mailman decides, he sees PSA on it, knows what it is, and wants to just take it. Like, I can't take that risk.
I hold my breath every time I mail shit to PSA.
Oh, it's like, especially with big cards, it's the worst. Especially for you who would actually want to, who does for other people, like grades cards for other people.
I hate doing it. I want to do it less and less.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it. I hold my breath every fucking time.
Yeah, it's just like the responsibility factor comes in. It's like shit.
I think Giant JB's right. You buy a house in Florida.
I could.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I got into it with my FedEx guy. You'll like this story. I'll send you the
God.
video. Yeah. First of all, this one FedEx guy sent my package back. Did I tell you to send it back to PSA in California? Did I tell you this story?
No.
He didn't deliver it numerous times. With PSAs, you have to sign for it. Obviously, I'm not home. I'm working. My wife's working. You have to sign for it. Sometimes the guy, I'm like, yo, just leave it there. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Just leave it there. One of the guys was like, all right, I'll leave it for you. The other guy, there's like three guys. One guy's like, yo, just drop it off at the Walgreens on Jericho Turnpike. I'll go pick it up there, which they do a lot. 9 out of 10 times that's what they do. I just go pick it up there. No problems. I just do it on there. This guy, I'm like, yo, I'll be home in 20 minutes. Can you just leave it there? I'll be home. He's like, no, I need a signature. I'm like, where are you going to be in 20 minutes? I'll just meet you somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to be. I'm like, all right, just leave it at the Walgreens. He goes, we can't leave it at Walgreens. I go, what? This is all my rink. I go, what do
Yeah.
you mean? I go, I've left it at Walgreens numerous times. He goes, I can't leave it at Walgreens. I go, yeah, you're the guy that sent it back to PSA and you screwed me out of those things. And then it ended with him running away from my camera. I'll send you the video. I'm sending you the video now. But that's what. But Danny, I'm honestly no jealousy, no hate. I'm very happy for you.
Honestly, that was the
I don't think you deserve it. I'm just happy you have it. You know what I mean? I don't think what the fuck do you not like you're a fucking hero and you fucking donate to charity.
I got blessed today. That's all it was.
Yeah, no,
straight up. But I actually was kind of it was really nice to see how many people reached out that they were in fact happy that I did hit it. Like a lot of personal messages came in just from Patreon supporters, friends of the show, even random people on like Instagram, Twitter, and all that. Just saying congratulations, and it was nice to see people saying like couldn't have happened to a better guy or like a better pod or like that was really cool to see.
I don't know if that's true.
Donate to charity. I kind of am the charity. And
I was like, is that a stripper on 101?
Yeah, that's a tough card to donate. Although that would be an amazing thing to do. But yeah, I could use that cash. So, but yeah, it was really nice to see how many people came out supporting and like with such nice messages. So thanks everybody for that. It means a lot.
It's a life-changing card. We talk about it, and it's crazy that you fucking pulled it in your car, and
you can't get over that, huh?
No, I would have never done. My son, I get him a box of cards. I'm like, hey, you want to open up the whole box? He's like, I'll open up one a day. He's opening up packs one a day. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So different people.
Yep. And here's a question: what do I reckon it's going to go for? I don't know.
$1 million.
There are offers I could say that are actively coming in. Let's just put it that way. And again, do I go the auction route? I'm sure everyone's going to find out within the next probably 2-3 days of what's happening with the card.
Yeah, I was like, take it 2-3 days and then.
Yeah. I'm taking 2-3 days to kind of mull things over.
The good, I know people you're talking to, people you could trust have reached out to you, which is good.
Yeah.
They know you because we've been doing this podcast, so they know how you work and who you are. So there's trustworthy things where a handshake deal could happen and you can meet up, bada bing, bada boom, simple, this and that. No herky jerky shit or
right.
I need this or I need that. So that's really good. Because in the end, if you scumbag somebody over, we'll hear about it. We're gonna hear it.
Yeah.
And then if somebody does it to us, they'll hear about it from us. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's the thing about having a public.
Yeah, that's a really nice thing.
Yeah, but I'm big on handshakes. If we agree upon it and we meet out, you hand me this, hand me that, and that's it. We're done. And that's all the best to you. If this sells for in 10 years, now it's a $300,000 card or it's a $10,000. You don't fucking know. But
right,
The Rock. This is not a prospect. This is not a kid you don't know is going to blow out his arm. The Rock is the Rock. He might be fucking president for all we fucking know.
Yeah.
I think it's cool too that you're gonna, also add to the PC with the Rock with the auto, because listen, I could attest to this because I've been your brother for 30, however old you are, 31 years.
30. Yeah.
But the Rock's been your favorite guy since you're 5 years old.
Yep.
And
you can see it here. His clothing. You've
always wanted a Rock auto, so like I think to have the opportunity to then add that to the PC. And it keeps things within, collecting, because that's what you're a collector. So to add that card to the PC and then, take this and kind of do whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah, make sure you take a few pictures of you with that card because that's all you're going to have to remember it once you sell it.
I know. Then it's gone forever. But it's just the fact. I mean, it's a shitty story because of just like the circumstance of how I pulled it on a rainy day, on a Sunday, in a car.
I mean, listen, how many times,
All right. Fine. I'll give you a beautiful day. You're at Citi Field. You're going to the game, and you pull a fucking Eric.
No,
auto.
but like
I'd rather a shitty day and pull the fucking Rock auto.
Right.
No, but it's not like I was like breaking. I was ripping for myself. Got it on video.
I wish it was recorded. I wish it was recorded.
I don't record any of my personal breaks because one, I typically have done a lot of dog shit in the past. Nobody wants to see me pulling Ivar autos or
Which is funny too, because a lot of times when you do got like boxes or like a new product comes out, I'll be like, Dan, stop ripping in the fucking car and go film
Yeah.
this. It's a new product. We need content.
You
I know.
you want to revive that YouTube channel we've never done anything
I know.
with. This really would have
would've
put us to the
been-
fucking moon.
This would have been the video to do it.
I know. It would have been cool as shit, but I just
Right.
even at that, the product came out 2 weeks ago, and I would have opened a box, and you would have saw something else. So it wouldn't have been
The last
you
5
never
boxes,
know.
you're bragging about how good you fucking did. Well, nice catch video.
I've been lights out on Chrome.
I agree with Johnny JB. Hoping The Rock reaches out somehow before.
Yeah, that would be cool. Again, I
maybe he wants to buy it. I doubt it though.
I saw that came in before. It's like I'm nervous about making the sale, which the reason why, one, because if I sell it privately, I don't want to shortchange myself here. Say I get 40, 50, 60, $70,000 for this card. All of a sudden someone sends it to auction and gets like 150, 200. I'd be like, ugh.
Rock that one for that high, the black and one Prism. Where'd they sell that one?
126.
No, where? What
It was through an auction house on, I think, PWCC. Yeah.
It is whatever it goes for, you have to be. That's it.
And again,
you can't dwell on it. That's it. It is what it is.
That also came in as well. Is it $100,000 card? At auction, it might be. You get a couple guys with deep pockets duke in and out. All of a sudden, it hits 100. And again,
black 101, crazy how high went from 136. Like this one's an
126
autograph.
now.
This one's autographed by The Rock. So it should.
That's the thing. It's like, here's the thing, and this is the debate now between Prism and Chrome. Prism is obviously way of a higher sale than it is than Topps Chrome. The cards are valued more. I would say, Panini Prism is way more of a popular product than Topps Chrome. So there's Gold Rock, sure, that did 30, 40,000. But again, those weren't signed, those weren't inscribed, and we haven't had a Rock autograph since 1998. So do I have the advantage that it's signed and that people are going to want that? But there's also 2 or 3 other one-of-ones that are autographed by The Rock in this product. So does the amount of availability of Rock autos also hurt the card? There's a lot of different ways we could read into this in terms of the value.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to be overthinking the fuck out of this.
I already am. I've done it all day. Do I want to sell this card? And again, because people have to remember, if I do sell this card in an auction house for 100 grand, 30% is gone instantly. So people are going to be eyeballing. Let's say I sell the card privately for 65. That's potentially 65 cash. That's the equivalent of selling the card for 90 at an auction. So people are going to see the big number and assume that's what I'm taking at the end of the day, but it's not. Good old Uncle Sam is going to have his hands in it. And so is the auction house. The auction house is going to want, 10% of the card or whatever it is. They got to make money too. So,
I mean, one thing when I was talking to Nicole about it, my wife, for those who don't know, we were talking about, when Danny called, and I said, listen, at the end of the day, I get the whole shortchange thing, but no matter what, it's going to be money that changes things for you, going forward. If you think about the nickel and diming aspect of it, you're never going to sleep again, because at the end of the day, you could also say, oh, if I hold it for a year and maybe it 3Xs, maybe, but then like the one thing I talked to you about was like, what happens if another one hits and it's inscribed the same thing?
Right.
What happens if Superfractor hits and it sells for $50K?
Right.
Then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, everyone thought that was $100,000 card. Now it's half that.
Yeah. Now
and everyone knows this is not that card.
Yeah.
Does this become 25?
Right.
What if that one card sells for 150K? And now, you don't know, you fucking no idea.
You don't know. So at the end of the day, you just have to be happy with what you're getting, and also the fact that you pay $350 for the box, you're getting, probably a guaranteed of I don't even know what the numbers are, 100x or whatever that number is.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
So,
well, now here's how do I potentially have massive size balls to do this? Throw it on eBay, 10-day auction, start at $1.
I would honestly, if you talk to any of those auction houses, it's a big car. I'll try to get the fees waived.
Oh, of course. That's the conversation that has to
get
be
on
had.
a fucking TV show.
Yeah. it's certainly I have to talk to the auction houses. I'd be doing myself a disservice if I didn't,
Say you only want to talk to Ken.
Right. Well, this is also true. If I go the big balls route on eBay, there'll be a lot of troll bids and the risk of someone not
and the fucking shill bidding. And
it could be a disaster. So that's not the way to go.
And listen, at the end of the day, if you ask my advice on auction house or eBay, you're gonna get more eyes on an auction house because they're the ones that are promoting the card versus your eBay account. Which at the end of the day, the card's gonna blow up, but how much will it blow up?
No,
Tell him you want to speak to Ken. You're only interested in speaking to Ken directly.
Yeah.
I want Ken to call me, FaceTime me with white gloves on.
With white gloves on. You love that, don't you? Actually, I think Johnny JB put in the group today. I'd love to see Papa Bear meet Golden, or Medina said that, or someone. I'd say I'd love to see that conversation too of what would go down.
I was like,
why do you have gloves?
If I was able to negotiate for you, we'll walk. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, literally, it's.
But you could put a minimum set on the sites, whatever, the golden auctions. Like, I want a minimum of this. If I don't get this, it comes back to me.
Well, that's the thing too. Do you think? I mean, I'm not going to say who said it, but I was told I'd be crazy for trying to go for it to try to break the wrestling card record. 132,000.
Would you be crazy to do it? No. Is it going to happen? I don't know. You know what I mean?
I don't know either.
Yeah. Aim for the moon. If you miss, you'll end up in the stars. I don't know.
If we were all Nostradamus, then we'd have all the answers, but we don't.
Yeah. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
All tied 3 ships or something like that.
Listen, this is a Topps card owned by Fanatics. Fanatics has their own auction house.
Yeah, they
Fanatics.
do.
Listen, maybe they would love.
What happened with that Skeens card? They sell that yet? Did it sell? I see people taking pictures with it, this and that. Did it sell?
No, it didn't sell yet.
All right, so
what did happen with that card? Does anyone know?
Fanatics, reach out to us. Golden, reach out to us.
Someone else also said, do you work out a deal with Fanatics? What if the Fanatics turns around and they're like, look, we'll send you to WrestleMania front row seats. You get all the access. You get all this shit. You consider that or no?
Fuck no. I was like, the Rock better fucking invite me out with him. I better walk out in the fucking main event with the Rock.
Or what if they're like, okay, we value the card at 75,000. We're going to give you 30,000. And then for another 15 or 20, you're taking the rest. You're coming out to Vegas. All expenses paid. WrestleMania.
I would consider that.
You guys would consider
really?
I'd be like, no.
But
wait, you consider that, Johnny?
I mean, listen, I'm in a different situation than you are.
Well,
I got a family. I got a house.
I don't feel like explaining that to my wife that I'm going on a fucking all-inclusive paid. Like, she
I
don't
have
want
that
to
though. So
yeah, there you go.
That's what I'm saying. You're in a different boat.
Yeah, well, yeah. Then let me make the demands here. He wants a brandy glass filled with 1,000 brown M&Ms, or you don't get the fucking card. It's a weird request.
P-Bear, what if I let you do the negotiating for me from here on out, and I'll give you $5,000 just to negotiate for me, cash.
On Instagram, I gotta talk to everybody.
You got to sell it. You got to talk to the auction houses. You got to promote it. You got to reach out to the private people.
Nightmare.
Yeah,
but you're getting $5,000 to do.
No, I want them to reach out to us and get the numbers, and I'll call them.
I'd consider that.
Yeah. How you doing there? How you doing here? I got the Rock 101. I'll play different characters.
I would love actually for you to have this card and be in my shoes and just be like negotiating with people.
So
I'm taking 50. Fuck you. I want 100.
I want 100. I want Little Paul to walk out with Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I want Paul in a Prime bottle.
I want Prime for life.
Yeah. Maybe I'll reach out to Logan Paul and see if he's interested.
Maybe. Yeah, he might be interested. He buys that weird shit.
He buys cards.
Make a chain when it was Pikachu.
Yeah. I'll say you're a wrestler now. Dive in.
Give it 2 or 3 days. Let this dust settle, and we'll figure it out what to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to Philly, though. I can't be fucking negotiating with you on my family trip. They're going to be pissed.
So no one from Topps or Fanatics has reached out to want to talk to me about the card. If that's your question, Johnny JB.
Yeah, you want them to reach out to us.
No, I think he was saying, did anyone comment on Topps about
about
tagging us?
Yeah, people did.
Yeah, people. I saw that people did say,
Several
"Hey
people
guys,
did
this
actually.
was-"
Yeah, and I get it. It was nice that they reposted it, honestly, just in the first place, because we did get followers and viewers, and
Well, listen, and also that's like that might be like a anonymity thing. They may not want to just be like, "Oh, and it was pulled." Obviously you posted it, but
Yeah.
like they're not going to be like, "Oh, and Danny." Like they don't know you. They don't know if you're going to want that type of.
right. And I would have said I do.
Of course, but they they don't know.
Exactly what I want.
Yeah, you better talk to the final boss himself.
That
Mama
final
Rose,
boss inscription is like fucking pristine.
your son's
too.
blood on D-Tank's hands.
Final boss.
Well,
Final boss. There it is.
this was definitely a unconventional type episode,
Yeah.
but we felt like an emergency type podcast about this card, and it ended up working out too, where there really wasn't much else going on. I know NXT had their show over the weekend. I know Money in the Bank, Elimination Chamber is coming up, but we'll talk about that next week. This week we wanted to just talk about the biggest pull, obviously, in I think your lifetime or in your life collecting cards.
Yeah.
All of ours, as a podcast.
I think it's going to come off weird for me saying it, but it's probably one of the biggest cards in wrestling card history.
It's one of them.
It's one of the four. You got to figure all of the autoed Rock Superfractors. It's history that we got this card in this era. Hasn't signed as the Rock since 1998. Like, this was massive.
I think him putting the final boss under there, little chef's kiss right there. Final
it
boss.
elevates it, no question.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
we do appreciate listening, checking this out. If this is your first time checking this out, which it might be because there's a lot of engagement this week. Our typical episodes don't usually sound like this. Usually we do a little bit more news. We'll do some card news. We kind of cover everything: Upper Deck, Tops, Fanatics, everything. But again, this week we definitely needed to touch on this and just kind of do like an episode just on the card. So next week, back to the regularly scheduled programming. We'll talk about what's coming up at WWE, the road to WrestleMania. Hopefully we get some news soon about the next Tops release. We still don't even know what's coming out next.
Right.
But
yeah, I'm itching to see what's next.
Yeah. And we'll see what happens. We'll follow the saga. We'll see what happens with this card. And I'm sure you'll see, more. Follow us along on social media where you'll be able to see, you'll be able to follow along with the story. Instagram, Card Foundation Pod. On Twitter, Card Found Pod.
I also don't know if I'm going to disclose what it does sell for.
I mean,
if it sells at auction, everyone's going to see
obviously.
it. Private sale might be kept on the down low. I don't know if I want to deal with just the feedback and criticism I would get, whether it's a great sale.
No, it's business, and it's not the hobby's business, and it's between you and the seller or the buyer.
Social media is fucking brutal, and I don't know if I feel like dealing with that.
You can't deal with you undercut yourself, you dumbass.
I know.
You can't deal with that.
People are gonna hear the price and they're gonna say you're crazy for not going to auction, or they're gonna hear the price and say, "Wow, you got a sick deal." Like, then make the other person feel bad that they think they're over.
Yeah, you don't want to make anybody feel bad about it.
No,
when the deal's done, the deal's done.
And it's also there's another half to the sale that it's not their business. It may not be their business. It's they don't want their business aired out.
Right, for sure. Yeah, and I've even told the people I've spoke to so far. I mean, no one knows who I've spoken to so far, and I'm not gonna pit people against each other. Like, it's not the way to do it. I'm opening and feeling up the offers, and I'm honest with them. I'm gonna say, look,
it's honestly, you've had the card for less than 12 hours. So
yeah, it's true. I'm gonna tell them, be like, yo, your offer it's good, but I have a higher one. Appreciate it. If you change your mind, I'm open to talk to it, but there's a chance I might sell the card, and that's on them if they want to keep raising that price or if they're out. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
I'm sure we'll know a lot by next week's episode.
Sleep on it. Get a few days. Let's figure it out. Ken, call me. Ken Golden, call me. Put your white gloves on and give me a call.
I do want to kind of talk to Ken.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know.
And I'm going to talk to Fanatics as well.
Yeah.
I'm just to see.
All right.
So,
if you have any contacts, reach out to us, and we'll see. We figure out. If anybody interested, let us know. Yeah. We're on Instagram at Card Foundation Pod. Message us there. Danny is now in full control of the Instagram for the rest of the year. That is your penance. So you have to deal with that the rest of the year. Johnny, you're in charge of X, and I'll handle I'll just handle my life. So,
And you'll handle being a coach.
oh my God. Oh yeah, Oh my. We'll talk about that more next week.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get back to the regularly scheduled program next week.
Yeah.
Danny, honestly, I was happy for you, and
Thank
I
you.
told my wife how much I was happy for you. The deserve it shit, I don't know about that. Just happy for you to get it. So
Can't
enjoy it.
complain.
Make sure you're buying something nice for Johnny's daughter with it.
Yeah,
and
got to. Maybe even Little Bear will get a new bat in his future.
Hype Fire Blue.
I'm a generous guy, so I'm sure I'm going to be
Don't
buying.
be a
for
fucking
him.
idiot with this money.
What happened? Say it again.
I said Marucci.
Oh, we like Marucci's now. We like
Marucci?
a High Fire family.
Yeah, I
Make
don't
sure you
know.
talk to your dad. Seemed like he's a smart guy, so make sure you run it by him.
My dad's a very successful business guy.
Yeah, so fucking just have him figured out.
I've been talking to him all day about it.
I'm big in life. I'm not smart, but I'll find people that are smarter than me, and I'll just talk to them about it.
That's the plan. Yeah.
And it's a guy you could trust. So keep
Yep.
us posted. Sign us out, Danny.
Well, again, real quick, follow us on the podcast. New episodes every week, Apple, Spotify. Make sure you subscribe. Hope you enjoy all the episodes and content. Like Pop Bear said, social media at Card Foundation on both platforms. And if you want, subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/Card Foundation Pod. You won't regret it. You get access to our exclusive Facebook group. You get to mingle with other collectors. We definitely have the best group of wrestling card collectors out there, no question. We have a great group. People take care of each other. We get to help each other's PCs. We do bonus content and a lot more. So give that a shot. Give us a follow, and hopefully you enjoy it. And when it comes to wrestling cards and the final boss, where the best there is.
Best there was.
And the best ever will be. Oh, hell yeah. Mama Rhodes' blood's on Danny's hands. Final boss.